Yo, what's going on, guys? Eagle Talks Football. We got to talk about a lot of stuff today. Arsenal smashed PSV, and can we do it again? This time to Manchester United. Also, Liverpool. They continue to be one of the luckiest clubs in Europe, or one of the luckiest clubs in Premier League history, European history, whatever you want to call it. They just continue to get Lady Luck on their side. Ange Postecoglou. Should he be sacked, ladies and gentlemen, off the back of the poor performances in the Premier League and now poor performances in Europe? Tottenham fans are calling for Ange Postecoglou's sacking. Should Ange Postecoglou be sacked? Chelsea. What do you guys think about the Chelsea protest? Does it make sense? Chelsea fans, do you think protesting these owners right now is at the top of your priority list? What do you guys think right now? Let me know. And finally, will Man City be back to their best competing for the league once again next season? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about all these topics. We're going to get onto it. There's a bunch of games that we got to discuss today. Of course, Forest playing Man City, which is a top 4 battle right there. Liverpool, Southampton, Tottenham, Bournemouth. Can Tottenham finally win a game again? Chelsea play Leicester. They need this game for top 4. And Arsenal play Manchester United. At this point, it's just for bragging rights. Both teams don't really have anything going on in the league anymore. But yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this show started the right way with that intro. Bang. Yes, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. We got Rack in the building. We got some other people joining in a second also. But since we got Rack here, let's start with the PSG game. Rack, you guys rode your luck in that game. For once, you can admit you were kind of lucky. Penalties, goals being disallowed, no penalty being given, no red card being given, players missing chance after chance after chance. Alisson, don't take nothing away from him. That was an all-time Alisson performance. But boy, Liverpool ride their luck again and continue to be one of the luckiest clubs in Europe. And also off the back of that, did you hear the news? Newcastle are falling apart. Players getting injured left, right, and center. You're going to be facing a team in a cup final with no right back. One of their best attacking players in Isak is gone. Anthony Gordon got a red card. Their best center back.
Isak is not playing?
Isak looks like he might be injured. Anthony Gordon is got a red card recently. They got what do you call it? Botman, their best center back's injured. They just got a whole crisis on their hands. And they might not get top 4, and Liverpool might even try to get Isak off the back of it. Crazy. But before we go any further, talk to me. Tell me about the PSG game. How lucky are Liverpool? At this time, you have to admit there's a little bit of luck in this result.
So I think there's a bit of a misconception, right? Because we were lucky. We were absolutely lucky. And first of all, we would have been lucky to get a draw. The fact that we won it is incredible. I was checking out some one of the people that I subscribe to is a content provider. They do what's called a Monte Carlo simulation, where they put their proprietary stats into like a computer kind of thing. They simulate the games based on those stats, and these are not just like your average, like very basic stats, like shots on targets. They take lots of other stuff into account. They ran that simulation 10,000 times, and they calculated that we had a 3% chance of winning that game 1-0. The chances, based on what happened on the pitch statistically, there was a greater chance of us losing 4-0 than winning 1-0 based on the data they collated. So, and obviously that just kind of shows it varies to the eye test.
Is this on Twitter? Can you find it and show it to me?
No, it's on YouTube, and you can get an excerpt for it. I'll link you to it later. It's a Liverpool content creator called Anfield Index. They're really good for in terms of statistical analysis and things like that. They're probably the best in the business.
I need to find this account because this account.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link afterwards.
This is the kind of account that I need. But before we go any further, Vader's in the building. He has landed. How you doing?
Yo, I'm good. Did I just hear Rack say that a Liverpool stat channel was the best in the business.
For Liverpool stats, yeah. For Liverpool specific stats.
I hear it.
And
I'm not discrediting Liverpool. You could even admit they were lucky. Bice is in the building today, by the way. The Chelsea fans today going old school. Bice is back.
Yo, Bice in the building. Yo, large
Bice is in the house. It's daytime over there in North America. He's chilling. He's in the sun. We don't know where he is.
My setup failed me, bro.
You haven't been doing content for too long, bro. That's why.
My setup failed, so I had to go outside in the sun and just use my phone again and back to the wireless mic.
Don't worry, bro. It's better than Vader when he's in his car.
Wow. Yo, I got new headphones.
Wow, shots fired. Shots fired.
No, he's right. It was fraudulent for a minute. I think I got it fixed.
All right.
In about 15 minutes, Vader's going to get into his car, and then we'll check out to see what his new setup is like. So
100%.
Watch that. 15-20 minutes is going to be on the move.
But will you, Vader?
Hey, stay tuned. Hit that like button, and then you'll know.
All right. Before we go any further, Liverpool fans have this issue with people stating the obvious. Now, saying a whole Newcastle team gets injured before a cup final, there is an element of luck there. Now, stating that PSG go and mess up all these chances, there is an element of luck. But I will do you one favor. I don't think that game versus PSG was all down to luck. You guys created your own luck. You guys created your own luck. And I think I gotta give Liverpool some credit there, because if that's Atletico Madrid, if that's Real Madrid, if that's any other team, they're gonna say what a masterclass. You guys defended well.
Let me just finish, right? It was lucky, but nothing is complete luck, right? Nothing is 100% luck. This is why I think it's balanced for us to say. And Arne Slot he echoed it today in his press conference. We were very, very, very lucky. He said on the day we were very, very lucky. But it's not all down to luck. We have the best goalkeeper in the world. So when you have that, then that mitigates some of the luck, because this guy's exceptionally skilled. Were you guys lucky to have Thierry Henry? Or was that good scouting? Arsene Wenger spotted him a mile away from doing poorly at Juventus and all this kind of stuff. When you have a world-class player and he performs at a world-class level, that helps. That part of it is equalising, levelling the playing field, you know? And yes, it was a lucky performance in isolation. But I think the vast majority of performances this season, and in fact, I don't think we've had many lucky performances overall. Even the games that you say that we were lucky to win, like Brentford, we battered Brentford the whole game. The lucky element was the fact. But just let me finish. The lucky element was we scored in the last 3 minutes, right? But if we would have scored those same goals in the first 3 minutes and everything else played out the same, you wouldn't say we were lucky.
No, but you were getting. Okay, this was a dog fight.
We dominated the game.
This is like a UFC fight where the person's getting battered for the whole fight. They're done. They're gonna lose the card, and then they get a knockout in the final 3 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. But that person had a chin. He had the stamina to stay there until the last round, until the last minute, and not give up.
I'm not taking it away from you.
You are a little bit.
Yes, Jay, before you joined, I actually was giving Liverpool credit, and I'm saying I think you got to give them more credit and say yes, they were lucky on one hand, but on the other hand, they created their own luck with Alisson.
You can't kid a kidder. The slither of cheese that you just cut and you put between 2 slices of bread is not a sandwich, Igal. Like, do you know what I mean?
I have tweets.
It might appear to you to be a sandwich.
Wait, what is this? United's cafeteria. What's Jay talking about?
Wait. Why are you guys always policing what I'm saying? I actually backed what I said.
I'm trying to help you, because the thing is, it's like, for me, it's like you want me
to bring evidence?
No. I'm saying to you quickly.
Grass?
Liverpool were lucky. Yeah, Liverpool were definitely lucky in this game. However, yeah, when I was watching the game, in the second half, the ball over the top was on for Liverpool. Yeah, so they grew into the game.
In the what half? Right? In the second half. In
the second half, they were lucky to not be 2-0 down. For the last 30 minutes, I could see PSG were playing so high and not pressing like the way you would need to press a team to play that high. The ball over the top was on. But briefly, when you look at Salah, he had a stinker, horrible game.
Mm.
But to then say against Liverpool, Salah is the only reason that you're doing well. But then for Salah to have a stinker come off, and then the player that replaces him scores the goal, and people think that doesn't help the narrative of Liverpool and maybe deeper than one might think. To me, I'm like, you can't overlook that in trying to criticize Liverpool, because they've obviously got players in the squad that can add value. It was a good goal.
I gotta say, Rax isn't on screen right now, but Igal's right when he talks about them being lucky. And I want to add, not very, very lucky, extremely lucky. Extremely, because they easily, and we've all seen it, could have been a man down. And at the time when they would have been a man down, they were already being peppered. So to be fortunate to keep Konate, who is an excellent defender, on that pitch while being peppered by PSG, and then going on to win it late, I would easily categorize that as a lucky result, because it could have easily been a draw going in, but they got a late winner, and I would say they were lucky to have left Perry one up. Now, another thing too is, Jay, I think you're kind of adding a little too much, because when we talk about Mo Salah and how important he's been for Liverpool, the emphasis has been with regards to the league. Not so much Champions League, but with regards to the league. When everyone wants to bring up his percentage, how many GA Salah's contributed to Liverpool, it's really with what he's done with regards to the league, and whether he's been the first goal scorer, or he's assisted to create the first goal, or he's been the late winner. He's been so impactful. So the emphasis with regards to Salah's importance is absolutely right. But Champions League on this night, extremely lucky. And I'm not going to say it just came down to it, but Konate and that foul, and it was a foul that he gave up, he should have been off that pitch.
So, once again, just like Arne Slot said, yes, we were lucky. I don't think any Liverpool fan, and Liverpool's own manager, said we were very, very, very lucky. But there is an element where you make your own luck. We showed some grit and we showed some determination. Qualities that many other teams on this panel have failed to show in the past. And we stuck in there. And we were there at the end. Bias, why are you coming off mute now?
No comment.
That was perfect timing.
No comment.
And we stuck in there. And look, the reason why we also agree with it is none of us are saying the tie is over. None of us are taking it for granted. PSG are going to come to Anfield and they are going to be a threat. We are not taking this for granted.
Yeah, but PSG should be extremely angry, should be extremely upset with the non-call, the actual VAR review of that foul, and they should be upset also because now they're going to the Anfield a goal down.
Yeah.
So this is the luckiness that you guys kind of Liverpool fans are kind of
we're not brushing it aside though, because our own manager, in his press conference immediately after the game, and today as well in his press conference, said yes, we were lucky. Yeah. He said after the game, if the referee had given that, VAR wouldn't have ruled it out.
Exactly.
And if the referee didn't give it, then the VAR was probably unlikely to go against him.
Right.
So it is.
Just two things to on.
You guys want the image or no need?
Personally.
Well, Jay, one second.
I'm in the minority.
Is he also missing for the second leg? If Konate had gotten red?
Yes.
Okay. That's extreme luck that I want to put on.
I might be in the minority here. Yeah. I was okay with that not being a red, because when I'm watching, European games are inherently more physical. Yeah, they are more physical. They do let a lot go in European games. Yeah, and in real time, I'm one of these people. I'm one of these people where I'm like, you can make the argument. I genuinely think you can make the argument that how Barcola fell versus the perceptional strength that Konate is a big boy, so the strength in that could have been big. But to me, I was like, that can go either way. At maybe 55-45, it's a foul. As in, it wasn't crazy egregious to me. the amount of saves Alisson made, that was egregious. Do you
That
know
was
what I mean? That was
amazing.
exactly. The thing is,
Yo.
and I want to just make this point quickly, is I've now seen, this is the strangest thing ever, but I've seen PSG versus Arsenal, versus City, and versus Liverpool in one season, which is it's so random and rare. But I've now been able to see each of the teams. No doubt Arsenal played PSG the best. No doubt. But Arsenal are the only team that played them at home. The other two teams played them away. Yeah? And also PSG have improved from that Arsenal game as the season's gone on. But Arsenal did play them the
so
best.
having your attack out makes a difference now.
Well, no, the thing is that, well, you tell me, Gal, because you went to PSV and scored 7 goals. That would indicate that you're capable of finding solutions in real time. And
no, that would indicate that PSV played us different to how other teams played us, and that's why more teams sit back when they face Arsenal.
Well, I think you can look at it like that. You could also look at Arsenal putting a very good performance. And if
I want to talk about Arsenal, but let me just go back to Alisson quickly.
Yeah.
People are saying Alisson is now better than Petr Cech and all these other goalkeepers who've been in the Premier League. Do you think Alisson?
Tell them to stop it. Disgusting work.
Okay,
sorry.
Make your case.
I'm okay with saying Alisson.
Is it ridiculous to say Alisson is the best goalkeeper in Premier League history?
I feel like
it's ridiculous.
It's one of those like Van Dijk type things. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Like the more that I've seen the Van Dijk take about him being like the best, the more I've become more okay with it. When they were first saying it, like that's what I'm saying. Your criteria for defining who the best is, it can range from eye test to trophies won to accolades to team of the year. Whatever your criteria is, it's your criteria. So I can't argue with your criteria. Alisson, to me, has, in his period of being in the Premier League, been very, very, very good. Now, if you look at players like Schmeichel, Cech, I'd say Schmeichel and Cech are the two big ones. Schmeichel, Cech, and Alisson would be the best 3 keepers in the Premier League I've seen in my life, right?
Let me know, people in the chat. Do you guys agree? Is Alisson the best goalkeeper in Premier League history?
I personally would put Alisson over Cech.
Hell no.
For me, I think Alisson over Cech. Cech before he got,
stop the nonsense, man.
Nah, bro, listen. Cech before he got Randy Orton punt kicked by Stephen Hunt. Yeah, he was insane.
Oh, we forget
that guy. Wow.
You forget. Listen, kids at home, you can get CTE from watching too much football, guys. It's crazy work.
Listen.
Make your case why Cech is still better.
Did you see that Randy Orton punt kick? Yeah, he had to wear a helmet for the rest of his career, and I think he was still very, very good. But I think Alisson is easily comparable to that level of Cech. If you take into
someone in the comment made a good comment. Alisson is playing in a system that allows a lot of pressure. Now,
with the blood.
Also, he has
in a deep lying system with 2 all-time centre backs too in Carvalho.
With the blood clot me here, brother.
Okay, so every great keeper seems to have had a really good centre back pairing in front of him.
Of course.
It just comes with the thing.
So we're taxing Schmeichel for Rio and friends.
No, but every great keeper has had a good front.
Schmeichel didn't play with Rio, did he?
No,
Schmeichel didn't play with Rio.
Schmeichel played with
them guys and Bruce, I think it was.
What's his name?
Alistair Bruce, Sam,
Steve Bruce, Pallister, them man.
Yeah, Stam.
Who's I was gonna say? Yep, Stam.
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, I remember Schmeichel on one-on-ones would still be the best for me. I remember people used to go through on goal against Schmeichel, and it was a wrap. You weren't.
By the way, 19 people
So-
have voted Alisson Becker is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League history.
The
74%.
19, it must be 19
Listen,
kinky
Igal,
Liverpool fans.
you have a very knowledgeable audience, Igal. You have a very knowledgeable
No,
audience.
they voted yes.
That audience,
Alisson.
they need help.
I know.
That's it.
Okay, guys, let's stop.
Look, the only thing
Let's
I'll say
shift
about
gears.
Alisson,
Let's
the only
shift
thing I'll
gears
say about
quickly.
Alisson is look, it's very difficult to measure these things. Like with anything, when it comes to footballers across different periods of time, right? What we do know is that we saw Petr Cech try and play out from the back, and it wasn't pretty.
Oh, we're crediting him on the ball
the
now.
puck.
Oh, are we doing that
Guys,
now?
it's getting out of hand.
Okay, but
It's
as
getting
I
out of
know
hand.
what you're going to say.
Keeper,
I know
what's
you're
going on?
going to bring your Trent Alexander-Arnold thing in, right?
Playing
But
out the
there's
But
a
I'm gonna
difference
bring
because
Edison in. He was
But
waiting.
because-
He was
no,
waiting for you to
Keepers
but-
need to be able to play out the
no,
back, guys, for
but
generational
listen to me,
tax.
Ed. No one. There's absolutely no one.
We don't
in
say
the-
that when it
There's
applies
no one
to
saying.
us.
There's no one saying that Edison is a very good shot stopper. He's not a world-class shot stopper.
He has
The
his
only person who
moments.
says
He
that
was when they won the
Edison's the goat
Playing out
is
the
my
back.
man. Is my man over this side?
Hold on.
Listen,
Okay.
We're getting this is going crazy. We need to wind it back.
I realize
Let's
something. Why is it
let's-
that every nowadays player you have to compare them to a Chelsea player in the past? Is that
It's not Chelsea, bro.
We didn't even say Chelsea.
All of a sudden,
Guys, you
enough
don't
is
take off
enough.
mute.
Leave Peter Cech. Listen, all right. Leave Peter Cech alone. Leave
Okay,
him
okay,
alone.
we'll leave it.
Alisson greater than Peter Cech.
Let's finish off the
Okay,
Liverpool
next topic.
section.
Van
Guys.
Dijk or John Terry?
Guys, let's finish off the Liverpool section. Rack, what's happening for
Chest.
Southampton? Give us your prediction.
I hope we rotate a little bit. I want to be fresh for the game. We had a very tough game midweek, so I want to be fresh for the PSG game.
You bench Salah.
I start him, but then I take him off in around the 60-minute mark. By that time, hopefully the game's won and we win 2-0. I'm not really. We win, but it's not going to be a huge scoreline, I don't think.
All right. Let's go on to the next topic. Anybody? I don't think anybody expects Liverpool to lose to Southampton, so we're just gonna move past that.
Hold on. Before we move past it, I blame you, Arsenal, for not being closer in this title race, to not allow Rack to have a rotation.
What's your excuse?
What?
What's your excuse not being in the title race?
I've won it, Egal. 4 in a row. You want to win 5?
No. I don't care what you did in the past. I'm asking you, what's your excuse for not
shit.
being in it this year?
Listen, if anyone has an
Arsenal
excuse,
fans
I
talking
have
about
one
you
over
don't care
you.
about the past.
You're deflecting.
No, what's your excuse?
You're
Arsenal fans
deflecting.
not caring about the past
No,
anymore.
No, I'm not
Saying nothing.
deflecting.
Right to
You
that.
are.
I'm just saying, thou shall point the finger at themselves before they point it at other people.
Egal, it's for you to win this year, and I blame you for not being close enough. Now Rax can have rotation.
Which
Why are you talking about
verse of the
me?
Bible is that? Which verse of the Bible is that commandment from? Huh?
I don't know the Bible.
Hold on. Egal does have a point. Hold on. Egal does have a point. Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No. Hold on, Veda. Let me land. He has a point with regards. He can question why City have fallen off. Yeah, and
Nobody
you can
does.
rebuttal it, and you can give your context and answers, and you then can rightfully turn back to him and say, "Well, you finished second the last 2 seasons to us. We've fallen off, and you've not stepped up. Let's have a conversation about that." So whilst I'm saying is he opens himself up to another conversation, but he can make the point. It's just a silly point to make to open yourself up to further examination as to why you're not top. You see where I'm coming from?
Listen, I think it actually is understandable if you look at Man City and you say injuries has been a factor. If you say Pep's situation has been a factor, mental state, being there competitive year in, year out, fatigue can be a factor. But at the same time, when it comes to Arsenal, because we have not won, nobody seems to have any sympathy or any context for our situation this season. So at this point,
What sympathy is needed?
if you're gonna point the finger at Arsenal and say, why aren't you winning the league? I'm just gonna say the same thing to Man City. You're not Nottingham Forest. You won the league 4 years in a row, and you're sitting here talking about it's your fault. you also have a factor in this.
Oh my
You
God.
were the majority favorite going into the season to win the league.
Igal, regardless of me being favorites at the beginning of the season, we all are blaming Arsenal for not being closer in this race with Liverpool, and now Rax can comfortably have rotation before a Champions League game.
And you want to know something? That's why we said Liverpool luck continues. Anyways, that's enough about the Liverpool section. Finish it off. Let's wrap it up. Arsenal did something amazing on the weekend. Tottenham lost also. Which one do you guys want to talk about first? Arsenal or Tottenham?
Yo, this is a mid-off.
We're definitely not going to talk about Chelsea.
Let's
talk about Jay. Let's talk about Jay.
Okay, Jay. Ange Postecoglou's job is at risk. Tottenham lost to AZ Alkmaar. Talk to me, bro. It's looking peak.
Bro, I'm nearly there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm nearly there. Like, obviously not. I wouldn't sack him now. But what I'm saying is that for me, he basically has to win the Europa League to have a job next season. With me, as in like that's where
win or just get to a final.
No, win. Like as in win. Like as in I'm at the point now. It's you have to win, because the way I look at it is we were so poor yesterday, but we'd had an 8-day rest going into the game. It's arguably our season because we've been so poor in the league. This is our season. Now, the tactics, the motivation, the energy, everything, not good enough. So to me, it doesn't matter what happens in this next leg. The manager's proven to me that in this moment he couldn't do it. Right? So, like, do I have confidence we'll go to Ajax or Frankfurt second leg and get the result? Not really. Like, because we've shown second leg versus Liverpool, we wilted. First leg here, we wilted. So the way I see it is I think the players are better than what they're showing currently. It's okay to say, you know, I think the players don't know what they're doing enough. And I'm just at a point now where it's like the first 10, 15 games last season are so far away from where we are now. The departure is big. So I'm a big fan of understanding the sunk cost fallacy. So just because you've invested time and effort in something doesn't mean you need to continue if you believe it to be wrong. So for me, winning the Europa League would indicate that you have got the credentials and credence, and you've ended a long non-winning streak for Tottenham. But because of what I've seen, essentially I need something of that level for me to want to continue next season. And that means I don't want to throw next season's away. I don't want to do what United.
Let me ask you a simple question.
I don't want to do what United have done this season.
Have you lost faith in the manager?
It's not about losing faith. It's about the manager not being able to deliver what he wants to do. He's not, maybe we can say, good enough. Yeah, tactically, he's not good enough with the level of player we have to be able to do that. Maybe if he had City's players, it would look different, but we don't. So to me, it's just
with their injuries this season, I don't think it would look any better.
It's not about whether or not it would look better. For me, it's more like Spurs is a club with a lot of adversity. And Andrew's shown me managing in these moments that he's not amazing when we have adversity. But you're at a club where you're going to have a lot of adversity. So therefore, I'm not confident in his ability in these downtimes. When the sun's shining, 3 p.m., beautiful pitch, all our players, sure, why not? But that's not what it is every week. And for the rest of it, I've seen enough now to say, when I'm looking at some of the very best tactical managers in the league, like he's not of that level to me. And
so he will be sacked if you don't win anything.
Yeah, for me, it's like I'm happy to go with somebody else like next season. I think the problem is you can make the argument about the player perform. The players perform poorly, but then you could also flip it around to the manager is platforming these players and they are playing poorly. Chicken and the egg, which comes first? Players are playing poorly, or the manager's platforming in a way.
Have you changed your opinion on Brendan Rodgers?
Pardon? I've always liked Brendan.
What's his name? Brendan Johnson.
I think players are regressing at the moment, in my opinion. I genuinely believe that. I look at players like Brennan Johnson and how he played when we first bought him.
Madison.
I look at Madison's missed the 33% in it. 33% of the time he's great, 33% of the time he's mediocre, 33% of the time he's injured. So the thing about the rest of the squad, Son's been poor this season. Johnson's been poor. And you know, it goes to the point where, okay, if you want dribbly wingers, if you want a Barcola, if you want, okay, you still spent 50 million on Brennan Johnson. So now it's a case of, okay, he bought Tell into the club. He bought Dragusin into the club. You know what you need, yeah? If we're putting players on you and you can see Dragusin can't pass properly, why are you not saying no? If you want to play Tell as a 9 and you see he doesn't have the attributes, why are you saying no? To me, those two players he brought in are the ones he had to convince the most to join. Now that gets to me. Now I'm really forensic with this stuff. Now I start thinking, is this an ego thing? Did you want to prove that you could convince these players to come? And that was more important than team fit. I'm starting to ask all sorts of questions around logic. See, that's what I'm saying. You're shaking your head, but
No,
this is how my brain.
You're going down the
this is how my
rabbit
brain
hole.
works.
No.
Nah, hold on.
Jay, you're stressed.
Listen, this is how my brain works. I'm saying, yeah, you've convinced Tell to come. You've convinced Dragusin to come. They're the worst fitting players in our team. But they're the two players that needed to be convinced. They're the only players that needed that convincing. Saga with Bayern Munich.
But Saga with
Tell not wanting to come.
Quintessential Spurs signing.
Listen, like, Ange is a world-class orator. He's a great talker. And I like to think I'm a good talker. So I can see when someone's talking and someone's got answers. And at the moment,
trying to know one.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. A bullshitter recognizes a bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Let's call a spade, yeah? I can see that shit from a mile away. You ain't got the answers. He ain't got the answers. You know, like he just hasn't got the answers, and that's okay.
What?
Like he's a middleweight who stepped up to heavyweight level, and some of these tactics he just found a little bit wanting, and we haven't got the squad for him. And I just haven't got enough faith tactically in the manager.
I hate seeing this.
No, bro, listen, honestly, it's just logic. It's like the club I support, what Ange would need to be successful, we won't give it him. Yeah. Now I can expect more from my club, but I also can say Ange hasn't shown me enough tactically. He hasn't shown me enough for me to have complete faith in him. That's where I'm at.
This is, I mean, we don't have a United fan on here, but this is seeming all too familiar with regards to the turning on a manager. Ange is at Spurs, and we've seen managers with stronger CVs. Although I would argue that Ange's CV is very strong as well, but it's changing the culture over there, right? Yeah. Isn't that what he's tasked to do? And changing the culture is also the fan base. You guys need to.
But changing the culture is one thing. Changing the culture is one thing, but what is he changing? All he does is complain and cry about attitude when he's supposed to be setting an attitude in the club.
But it's changing the attitude of the players that have obviously been there. Had that he was fighting with the fan base last year when we were playing them to close out the season. Like that's the culture that he's trying to change. And I think it's not just the fan base. I think it's like the organization. I think it's people within. But if Jay's the fan here, so for him to have that perspective and not having confidence in that manager, I'm not gonna. Hey, I only watch a few games. I don't watch them like that.
Okay, but just before you go on, let me just quickly. I'm not just saying this because of now. Like I'm saying it because of it. We reach critical mass. So think of it like I pour water in a cup, and now the cup's overflowed, and now I'm at this point.
No, I remember when you were having patience for him,
bro. When you lose to Leicester at home, when you lose to Ipswich at home, yeah. When you drew with Leicester away as well, so you picked up 1 point.
So there's the line.
Hold on. When you lose 4-0 to Liverpool, yeah. In a cup, and the players don't show the fight.
When you beat City twice.
Yes, but you were on your knees at that moment. Now, and I have to I'm not trying to take away from the victory.
But Spurs beating City is not new.
What I'm trying to say is when we played Palace and they didn't have a win, all season and they beat us. When Ipswich came to our stadium and beat us, when Leicester came to our stadium and beat us, yeah. When we've gone to this game with 8 days rest and performed so poorly, like when we lost 4-0 to Newcastle last season with virtually a fully fit team, like there's
when
results.
You played Arsenal with injuries and lost twice.
Yeah. When there's results that when we lost to Arsenal at home earlier in the season when Odegaard and Rice were missing, yeah. Like there's results that have built up over the period, and now I'm at a point where it's like I just haven't got enough faith, and I don't want to throw away next season. It's not even a case of me saying that he's not. I'm 20%, 25% of me still thinks he could probably do it, but the rest of me and the pragmatic person in me says you've given him 2 years. After the first initial 10, 12 games, we've been inconsistent. We've been up and down. We've lost games I think we should have won. Yeah. And I'm okay with trying somebody new next season based off what I've seen.
Wow.
And you know something? He put himself in a difficult situation. He promised a trophy to a team that hasn't won trophies.
I don't think you promised a trophy, guy. You love pushing this. He says he
Bro,
always
he
wins
did.
a trophy.
He said, I always win trophies in my second season. Nobody forced him to say that. He basically said, I'm guaranteeing a trophy. Am I lying, guys? Is this an agenda, or did he not say it?
He said
No,
it, and he backs it. Listen, he backs himself, and that's what I loved about Ange. But the thing is tactically, like
he's clueless.
He's not clueless. The way I look at it is, you've got a young team. Yeah, the only manager I see like Ange, yeah, ironically is Ancelotti, and age-wise,
Who selects the players over there?
Pardon?
Who gets these players? Who selects them? Who's responsible for?
I think the board present the players, and well, I mean the transfer committee and Lang and the director of football. And I'm okay with us looking at the fact that we left the guy a little bit light squad wise coming into the season. Yeah, but I look at it on the other side.
But you guys chose to go young.
We chose to go young, and the thing when you go young,
the question is he doing better? Like, could another manager?
Yeah.
Do better with the same resources, or worse, or is he performing above average, below average? If above average, how much above average?
I start looking at our players and what they're doing and what he's platforming, and sometimes I look at, since the injuries happened, how many more points could another manager have got? And I think it's not a crazy amount. Yeah, it's not a crazy amount. Yeah, but I might watch Liverpool. Yeah, and I watch Van Dijk. And he plays like every game, yeah. Because the style of
the best in the league right now.
No, because I'm talking about his fitness. I'm talking about when you look at Liverpool's players, how available, and when you look at their research of picking slot to say they saw that his squad is constantly available. Do you know what I mean? So the way he rotates it, he works it.
Shay, one minute. So you're saying fitness is not all 100% luck? You're not saying it's not 100% luck, is it?
I'm saying I don't think it's a coincidence that Liverpool have had so many players
from deep with the 3.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so do I look at managers like Marco Silva, Hoeneß at Stuttgart, other managers, and I think, okay, would they get more out of these players? I don't think this squad is bad. I think the squad is much better than it's showing. And I do think Ange has a way that he wants to play, but he's not elevating the players. And it would maybe be better to have a manager that elevates what he's got. Coaching. When I look at Fulham, for example, and Marco Silva, I look at Robinson, I look at Iwobi, yeah. I look at these guys and I'm like, these guys have been coached, yeah. These guys were not as good as they are right now 12, 15 months ago. Silva's coaching the hell out of these guys. And then I look at some of our players and I think, okay, who's improving? Who's developing? Who's showing me more than last season? And, when the answers to all of these questions, they're not, I
just think Spurs still have an outdated transfer policy, bro.
We got to put a ball on it. Tottenham play Bournemouth at home. Jay, defeat.
I think. Oh man, you know what? Yeah, I really think we need to win this game. But I think I don't know. I don't like betting against my team or betting us not to win, but Bournemouth have been good this season. They're in decent form. They're going for Europe. We need a win. I'm going to go 2-1, but I won't be surprised to see us draw 2-2.
You know what? I'm going to end off with Arsenal United and the PSV talk. Let's quickly go to Chelsea. Chelsea faced Leicester, but I want to know, what's your take on, Bice, what's your take on the whole protest? Do you rate it? Do you think it's stupid? What do you think?
All right, can you guys hear me?
You trying to make Bice enemy number one by Chelsea fans.
All right.
Yeah, I want to know, does Bice think
Listen,
the protest
man.
is stupid?
I find it. I can't say it's stupid, and I can't say it's the right thing to do. You see what I'm saying? It's like you feel how you feel at the end of the day. Certain guys who are there, let's just be real. These guys have been complaining ever since their favorite player's been pushed out of the club. Some of them, you know what I'm saying. So I find it very, very agenda driven when it comes to certain people. When it comes to certain people, I just find it to be very agenda driven and clickbaitish. But there's other people who obviously have a good want a reason for doing it. I kind of get it because I see the frustration, but you can't keep saying that you're not competing for something, and then when you come down to earth from playing above, you know what I mean, above and beyond, you're upset. It's like a two-edged sword. Oh, we're not competing for the league. We're not competing in the league. Chill guy. And then when the play justifies, when the play, you know what I mean, the play is matching what you're saying, you're upset. You're crying.
Does the protest make sense? Let me rephrase it.
Yeah, I just didn't think it makes a lot of sense. Like we're always 3 positions away. I find them complaining. I just don't get it. Then again, I didn't follow it much. I don't even know the real reason why. It was just something that I just didn't see the need for it.
By the way, that's a great point. Bryce, that's a great point, because how can you 6 weeks later, after you said Oakley, we're not in a title race, like we're just chill guy, we're not ready. How can you then turn on the board for being 4th or 5th when you yourself said you weren't ready? Why are you marching 6 weeks later? If you're
they said we've got our Chelsea back. We got our Chelsea back. They said.
Listen,
that's my point.
I told you guys, bro.
Away at Wolves, they're saying we got our Chelsea back.
I told you, bro. Whoa.
A couple months later.
Whoa, stop it. Week 1.
No, it's true. You guys scored 6 goals versus Wolves. We got our Chelsea back. Was ringing through the mulligan.
That's a lot. All I'm saying is this, yeah. You can't, and I think a lot of the frustration comes from some of these player links, like the lap. No disrespect to the young man. What?
You never know
It's
until you
like
try.
we're trying to do a Brighton thing and just bring in young players, sell them for more, and not try to seriously compete.
Can I stop you right there? Amorim, you guys laughed that signing potentially off the pitch to the point where they flipped the signing. He would have been a potential better signing than Joao Felix. You ended up paying more for Joao Felix.
No, but Igal, you can't say that the Chelsea decided not to sign because the fans laughed.
Okay, what about
Let me tell you this.
What about Duran? Chelsea fans laughed at the possibility of signing Duran.
The club is guilty of
but that
this.
doesn't mean that that's not the reason.
The club is guilty of
Chelsea.
Joao Felix, and this
I'm
is
not
my
saying
opinion.
it is. I'm saying Chelsea fans might not be.
This is my opinion on Joao Felix, Igal. This is my opinion on Joao Felix situation, bro.
He's a model.
We are guilty of not subbing Cole Palmer off the pitch. Several matches where it's been stink. We've claimed to have no striker and 3 10s, yet each 10 offers something different, and we refuse to take off Palmer to try something different. You see what I'm saying? It's what it is, bro. Like the board, the manager, the walk. It looks like they're walking 2 different paths, two different sides on the same road, bro.
All right, you know what?
Just
before we go into the Leicester game, Chez hasn't been on the channel.
Sorry, just before you go.
No, I need to play this because this is crazy.
Are you Ange's son or something? Like honestly, every stream, yeah.
Or daughter.
This guy is, bro. bro, the guys won trophies in Japan and Scotland. Let's not take the piss here. It's not like we've got reincarnated Fabian Capello. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just chill, bro. Like, people
guys,
are allowed to
let me show you guys this.
But people are allowed to think this guy's not the holy grail and it be okay, you know. Some people don't rate Ange as much as you, bro. You don't have to ride for him like this. Chill, bro. Chill.
Have you guys seen this? Basically, Ches goes out and says
Chelsea and Liverpool are not far apart. And if you don't know what I mean, of course these stats get released after a few games, after a few months. And as you can see from the underlying metrics we're going to go through, Chelsea and Liverpool are not far apart.
So he goes into statistics and states that Chelsea could potentially win the Premier League next season, and that Chelsea and Liverpool are not that far apart.
And look at
And the stats he goes into is basically looking at.
I have a tweet from ESPN saying that is Mark.
Looking at stats about
listening to these weirdos, bro.
He's looking at attacking stats, and Liverpool and Chelsea seem to be very close to each other in attacking stats.
And then I don't want to say all this.
And then you look at this stat here, and you see once again Liverpool, Chelsea in a similar area, and it's just like I don't think you can point at these stats alone and just be like, "Hey, we're not that far off." Just get these couple players.
You're not.
These guys do this stuff for clicks with their
he said this like 3-4 months ago. He's not saying now.
He said this 2 days ago.
It looks ridiculous now.
No, he said 2 days ago.
Bro, these guys.
One second. This is 2 days ago.
No,
2 days ago. No, he actually believes what he's saying, bro.
I would have thought you'd be all over this
and do stuff to prove edgy points are weird. It's weird. Let me tell you, because there's people who was comparing Martinelli, Saka, and Nketiah to MSN, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar.
That was Turkish.
We can point to these things. We can compare these things. There's guys who didn't want to give up Martinelli for Mbappe, bro.
Yeah, that was Robbie.
look at it.
We can point to these stuff in every fight. All I'm saying is this: Chelsea need to get experienced players in. Enough with this young player thing. We just signed another 18-year-old out of nowhere. What?
All right.
No, but
finally,
that's the business model. That's the business.
What's the score for the Leicester game?
With how Chelsea is playing right now on this Leicester side,
you have to win.
Honestly, we have to win. It's a must-win game, but I don't see us not conceding because of. I like Jurgensen better than Robertson. I've been saying Jurgensen's the best keeper we have in the team at the moment because Petrovic is gone. You know what I'm saying? Which is still a low bar. But so I'm thinking 3-1. I think we get 3-1 for that Leicester game.
3-1.
3-1.
All right. Fair. Next, we got.
Well, before you do that, would you rest Palmer?
Honestly, I don't think Palmer should play. I don't think his play has deserved even being on the pitch.
Fair.
I don't think they're gonna drop him.
The last month, we've been guilty of playing him in situations we could have subbed him off and got something different.
By the way, I don't stand by that combined 11.
No. You only get to disavow it after you may or may not play Madrid in the next round. You know,
brother.
No. When Madrid won I've apologized so many times about that.
That combined 11 screenshot is in my favorites. It's never going anywhere.
All right. Let's.
No, the phrase.
You know what the crazy thing is?
The phrase "no debate" for every one of those players is classic.
Think about how many people.
Forget it.
Think about how many people have seen that video. It's nuts.
No debate.
I showed it to my grandma. I showed it to my grandma.
All right, let's go on to the next thing.
Vader. I'm gonna go Raya.
Vader.
Yeah.
I showed it to my grandma. She said she was bugged.
Step forward. Nottingham Forest away. Massive top 4 match right there versus Nottingham Forest. You think you can secure it this weekend?
Yo, 6. This is a 6-pointer, man. This is what it's all about. I don't have much to play for this season, right? Rax is running away with this league. You guys asking
top
me.
4.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You got second place. Right, the second place is still there, man.
Oh, I should be excited for going and getting second place.
Well, it's not so much second place.
Yo.
It's the banter, right? It's
He's
the
closer
banter.
to
Do
10th.
second.
Finish
Do
ahead of
second.
Arsenal for the
Guys.
for the
Let's
hit
be honest. He's closer to 10th than he is second. It's very unlikely at this point.
I'm closer to 10th. Really?
Yeah, statistically, you are. Yeah.
Okay. So what? There's 8 points to 10th. What's the points difference?
I think it's 8. I think it's 7 points to 10th, 8 points to 4th.
No,
I mean,
it's
second.
it's 7 points because I believe
Hey,
you were at 54.
Oh,
I
so
was
it's
at
the same.
Okay, it's the same.
Super
All right.
chat. Yeah, Hussam super chat.
Hussam sent
Big
the
up,
super
bro.
chat. What?
Yeah. The bias, man.
Everyone like and subscribe. Big up,
Don
boys.
Hussam.
Big up, Hussam. Yo, that's 5 Jordanian right there. My guy Hussam with the super chat. Big up to you every single time,
for a
bro.
while either, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I miss you, bro.
Hi, Hussam.
I miss
Hope
you.
everything's good.
Wallahi, Hussam's chilling, man. You know what? Someone's got to go visit Hussam in Jordan, man. Jordan's a beautiful place.
Well, why didn't you go then?
I wanted to go. But
you
then
go
I ended
then,
up
mate.
having a kid, and now I have a second one on the way.
You go first and tell me what it's like, and then I'll go. Yeah, I'll do it.
Congrats on the second one on the way.
Wait, yo,
Congrats
by the way,
again.
I found out it's another boy.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
all right.
congratulations.
Hey,
Oh,
Nice.
congrats, man.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at your gal. Look at your gal, the genetic jackhammer.
Listen. I'm just happy it works, you know. Anyways.
Hey! Praise God! Praise
Whoa,
God.
whoa, whoa.
No,
This
some
is,
people struggle to have
Not
kids, you
him,
know.
Not me.
Some people struggle to have
guys,
kids.
Don't
It's true.
come.
It's all
Hussam
God's
says, don't
design,
come
whether
now.
you
It's
can
8
have them or not.
degrees.
Nah, yo, some people struggle to have
What
kids.
do
You know how it is.
What now? So
Anyways,
warms
yo,
up.
big up Hussam. Hussam's engaged. We want to find out when the wedding is, bro. More people might come down.
wow.
I don't think he's engaged anymore. But anyway,
Oh shit, my bad.
Oh,
no, out of his choice. But yeah,
sorry.
Take that
Wow.
back.
All right,
Wow,
segue this. You got segue this.
All right, let's get this shit on the road. Our Man City. My bad, Hussam. Are Man City gonna win? Are Man City gonna win this game versus Nottingham Forest?
They're away.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's a must win. This is a must win. Like we've been talking about City's form all season long. You guys were always reminding me when I was 1-14 and all that kind of stuff. I'm out of the Champions League. I still have the FA Cup to play for. I do want to finish as high as I can within this league. I want to secure top 4, and to do that means beating a club, beating one of the teams that's above me right now, and that happens to be Forest. I gotta say, for what I saw them do versus Arsenal recently, I was like, okay, we got a shot. I mean, it's not like they're playing beautiful football all the time. They were on an amazing run early. Obviously, Rax he's been drinking ever since that loss. So it's a matter. Yeah, that's almost empty.
Check out the finger.
I got the pinky finger up. But it's a matter of us playing to our best, and the fact that we've got new signings. Yeah, that line is crazy.
I'm still laughing at
Genetical jackhammer. I've never heard that in my life. Listen, that's how
borrowed that from peak Vince McMahon.
Bro, your wrestling has really gotten you guys creative, man.
Hey, what can I say?
Anyways, let Vader finish. Vader, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. With the new signings, with Pep trying to really play the best 11, I see us getting a result at Forest. I really see us getting a result at Forest. But it's not going to be an easy game. You want to score prediction? No clean sheets. We don't really hold those, although we played very well when we did play them. That was at home. I'm going to say we win this game. We win this game 2-1. And it's a late winner. It's gonna be really close, really tense. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, City are gonna drop points." Arsenal fans are gonna be excited that you know what, City aren't gonna get this result, and it's gonna be a draw, win-win because you don't want Forest doing well. But yeah, I think we win it late, 2-1.
Fucking hell.
That's wild.
All right.
Somebody tell us how to start.
Sam is going in today.
You said new channel, like OnlyFans channel.
By the way, quick segment. I need to know: does everyone think City next season are going to be challenging for the league again?
Why are you asking that now?
Let's start with Radar.
Wait. Hold on. You want to ask me this question? Do you know what my?
He's gonna say yes.
I think so. I agree.
Listen,
I think so.
You're asking me. Don't ask me last, because you know what my answer is going to be.
Yeah.
So are you saying your opinion may color our own opinions? Okay, fine.
I'm just saying, you guys know. You guys know this.
I genuinely think they do. They just need to get rid of. Really.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the players that are on the wrong side of 30, and that's been players that have delivered for us for the last 7+ years, right? I've been pretty much untouchable for the last 7 years. So I think we're gonna say farewell to those players that are kind of past it, can't keep up with the pace of the game. And yeah, we'll be back. Listen, don't let me finish close. Don't let me finish close to you.
I like this. I like the chest.
Happen.
I like the chest. Listen, I like it. Let's go on to the next topic then. Arsenal smashed PSV. Can we do it again versus Man United?
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to them guys, man. Damn.
Hey, don't disrespect PSV, man. They might slap you up if you would have played them. We're just
disrespecting PSV. What?
We just had a really good game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think PSV is that bad.
Was there any luck involved in that win?
I would say no. We actually just handed it to them.
There's no luck in that game.
What a coincidence!
No. There was no luck in that game at all.
That was
it was absolute masterclass. We were extremely clinical, and from the opening minute to the end, you've seen our confidence just continue to grow. From the
did
first
they gift
goal,
you? Did they gift you any of those goals? Would you say?
One defender fell down in the box thinking he could win a foul like an idiot when he could have just gone for the ball and kicked it away. Instead, he falls down in front of Mikel Moreno, and then Mikel Moreno taps it, scores a really nice finish. You know what? Going back, Trossard's finish was good. The second one, the first one, Ethan, just right place, right time. Pops up all the time. Mikel Moreno gets the ball off the defender, scores. Martin Odegaard's 2 goals. It's nice to see him getting back on the goal sheet, doing his thing. Calafiori is actually surprisingly one of the better finishers in our team, and he's a left back.
You wouldn't say one of Odegaard's goals was a lucky one.
Which one?
Was it not the second one?
Honestly, all the goals became a blur now. I can't really think. There's so many goals. It's a struggle to remember which one's which.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
What a flex.
No, like I actually have to rewatch. The highlights. We're like 3 days. We're like 2 days removed or 3 days removed now. All those goals are just blending into one for me.
Do you guys think you've kind of like maybe crossed a corner, or gotten to a level where now playing in Champions League is, it's not a thing anymore? Like you guys believe that you guys should be there.
That was the biggest win in Champions League history in the first round by an away team.
By an English team
You see all those little caveats there. You see all those little caveats. Who noticed them?
So I don't think. I honestly don't think.
Commas in that sentence.
There's 2 things I could take away from this. One, is this a mentality shift? And are we now going to be, when we're ahead, are we going to continue to go for the jugular in every game? Or is this just a team that we're able to do that against because they continue to give us more opportunities, and they never really sat back and defended? They kind of opened up even more, and we continue to get them. I don't think Man United are going to set up anything like PSV.
Nah.
I think Man United are going to be so defensive. They're going to have a 3 at the back, 2 wing backs. It's going to be a 5 at the back. Midfield is going to be pretty much the front line is going to be pretty much vacated, and they're going to be mostly like they're going to be sitting back with a heavy mid block and what do you call it? A couple of the attackers going
prime
back.
Steve Bruce football, man.
Yeah, I think Ruben Amorim is going to try to not get embarrassed at their ground. Where
Smart.
PSV, they really went for us, thinking they could go and outscore against us, like go 1-for-1 against us, and they quickly got humbled in 20-30 minutes. 3 goals down, 30 minutes into a tie. I was literally just saying, who am I going to play next? Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid? Who do I want?
Who do you want to go?
Ooh.
I personally don't want
Don't
that
do it.
video to go
Don't.
triple platinum again, so I'd rather play.
Yes, you
Atletico
do.
Madrid.
Yes, you do.
Ah,
Wait, who do you want?
yeah.
I want
Listen.
Atletico Madrid.
That video's gonna keep
And
coming
my
back
logic,
up,
my
man.
logic is very simple. Watching a lot of videos of Real Madrid games or in general, they just have so many problems on the pitch. The team with the less problems on the pitch is what I want. Atletico Madrid have less problems, less players who can win a game by themselves. Although they still have game changers, they just don't have as many as Real Madrid. Real Madrid have so many game changers. You could look at their fifth best player would be one of the best players at Atletico Madrid, in my opinion.
Mm. You want the easier matchup versus Atletico Madrid?
Of course, who doesn't?
Oh,
I'd be sitting here lying to you if I said I want
open.
Real Madrid. No, anyone who's sitting there saying they want Real Madrid because they play attacking football and we might have a better chance of attacking Real Madrid than Atletico Madrid is fucking lying to yourself.
So you heard so you've seen the videos.
If you think going up against Mbappe, Vini, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham,
Valverde,
all these guys is better than facing Atletico Madrid, you're ridiculous. I would rather face Simeone and his tactics than face a super team in Real Madrid any day of the week.
Mm.
That's the most level-headed thing I've heard an Arsenal fan say in the last 8 months.
While you guys are here, we're here for level-headed content, so please hit that like button.
Oh. Wow!
I came to try to catch you out on a quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, what do we get? So what do you guys think? Is Arsenal going to smash United? Because I spoke to my boy Cam. This is what he said to me. I said, "Yo, Cam, what do you think about Sunday?" He said, "We are getting cooked. Maybe not scoreline because you have no striker, but I don't expect United to have more than 45% of the ball." He said, "But why are no United fans confident? Is it injuries?" He's like, "Injuries are just one of the issues. The other issues is they're not good at the moment." And Ruben Amorim has been struggling to get his situation sorted. And of course, Ahmad, Mainoo, and Ugarte could all be missing.
There's no confidence in the manager over there. Like United fans have very little confidence in this manager, and they're all trying to.
Did you hear what he said today?
No, I didn't see what he
had. Crazy. It's crazy.
He started pointing at Arteta saying they gave him time. I don't think I'm gonna ever get that kind of level of time anywhere.
Hey, it's true. It's true. But Arteta was able to get an 2 8 finishes? Yeah, he'll. Amorim's never.
The moment people start mentioning Arteta
saying Steve Bruce is a better manager, bro.
What?
People in your fan base were saying Steve Bruce is a better manager than Arteta 4 years ago.
Nah, because people in my fan base are dumb, bro. Let's be honest. There's some dumb people in my fan base. There's some wankers in everybody's fan base. I got people who'd rather get battered 8-2 by Bayern and play that type of football than what we do right now. Stupid.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is true. He's not going to get the amount of time Arteta had. Right, I mean, it looks pretty bad for United right now. I mean,
no, but he needs to start getting results. Stop making excuses.
No. This is the thing. It's the age-old debate. It's the age-old debate. It's about trying to stick to your philosophy, or in the short term, trying to change it to get results.
Yeah,
I think changing it would do more harm than good.
Mm-hmm. I tend to agree.
If Jay was here, I think Jay would agree as well.
Changing it would do more harm than good.
There he is.
Because it's like
it's this little cocktail that I just drank. It's like a ball, but it was like 13.5%, and I was like, oh,
13.5.
13.5 little bro. I'm like, what?
We don't condone underage.
Whatever you boys say, you're right.
Wow. Did you say underage? You think Jay's underage?
Wow.
No, not Jay, but just in general. Just in case there are kids watching.
Yeah, the 9 people that voted earlier, those.
We don't do none of that.
Guys, drink responsibly. Drink responsibly.
Exactly.
No, don't drink at all.
You're saying 13.5%.
Give me a hell yeah.
Guys, it's Ramadan. These guys are trying to corrupt your mind. Don't drink alcohol. Stay in school. Finish your school. Go find yourself a nice job. Don't worry about drinking or anything else like that. If you want to find something to do, read a book. Go watch some of my YouTube videos, my TikToks. Do something else with your time. You don't need to drink alcohol. Stay away from that. Anyways,
Right.
let's get back to normal programming.
Back to Amorim.
Yeah,
No,
watch
in my
some of the
opinion,
Gal's
though, in my
content from the
opinion,
start of the season. Watch some of the Gal's content from the start of the season. That'll drive you to drink.
Yeah,
no, but listen.
I found the other
In
ball.
Amorim's case, though, I think it's a fair comment to make. Igal. Like, they begged for him, they got him. Now they want him to change everything about why he got the job and how he won. Just because, like, there's guys on the internet saying he only plays that formation because he's a tactical. What?
Now, you know what? I think Ruben Amorim, at this moment in time, he has not been able to train with the players enough, and he has been unlucky with injuries. But I don't see any glimpses of him improving them in the margins, in the small margins. Like,
yeah, Ten Hag did too much damage to that team. Morally.
Forget about what Ten Hag's done.
Mentally.
You have had a couple months with this team, and they've not gotten any better in any category of football. I don't see anything that they've gotten better in. If you want to continue to question the players at Man United, fine. But any manager who comes into a club should be able to at least improve the team by small margins.
You know what
I've seen Ahmad improve.
You know what I like? Obviously, I'm a United hater, right? And I don't think they're going to sack him. But I really want to see United lose a lot of games for the rest of the season. Lose them all, because they're not going to get relegated. I don't expect them to get relegated. But the thing is, for each little loss, each drop points, their fan base loses a little bit more faith, right? And the idea that at the start of next season, if he doesn't hit the ground running with more of his players, there'll already be a significant number of people who want him out, and they're not going to think back to all this kind of trust the process stuff. And then the pressure is going to build and build and build, and then they'll get rid of him. And I'd like to see that again, just because I hate United. Sorry.
I think if United do sack him sack another manager next season, they're writing off another season, basically.
Sounds great to me.
By the way, Man United might lose Kobbie Mainoo, or do you think he's just using? He's pressuring Man United into giving him the contract that he wants.
Listen.
Basically, this is the situation. In case you guys don't know, Kobbie Mainoo.
You guys want him, don't you?
One second. If you guys don't know, Kobbie Mainoo has rejected Man United's offer and is seeking offers abroad. And at this moment in time, he rejected an offer valued around 70 million. I'm confused. Like 150K a week. He refused. He rejected 150K a week. He wants 180K to 200.
Wow.
And at this point, I think he has the power to actually negotiate and ask for more, because he is at such a young age. He's already one of their most important pieces to the puzzle.
Listen, he's earned it. He wants to stay. Get the guys who are hogging up all of them wages to go. Isn't there a guy over there?
If they miss out on Europe, Mark Goldbridge said there could be a possibility Mainoo is sold in the summer in the case that they miss out on Europe.
Let me tell you this, man.
Bro, they want to sell.
Chelsea wanted Mainoo thing.
They value him at 70 million.
Bro, listen, like, people need to be able to identify asset stripping when they see asset stripping. This is asset strip. Have you ever been to a strip club? Asset stripping. That's what I'm saying. I seen Ineos, and they got in there. They saw McTominay. They said, all that nice, juicy profit. Tried to sell Garnacho in this window. Trying to make out that Mainoo's a money grabber. Bro, you've got De Ligt on over 200 grand a week, yeah? How am I watching De Ligt on 200 grand a week and not asking for something somewhat similar? Like I don't understand. I'm genuinely not understanding why United, they want to buy these players, these youngsters. They want to give them 50 grand a week and be decent. They want to run this Brighton model, and the Prem is competitive. You can't be running that model.
But isn't he an academy player though? Didn't he climb up?
He did.
Bro, he's currently on like 31 million a week.
Bro, Mount's on 200 and something grand a week. Yeah, like you. The thing is if you do these transfers and you bring these players into your squad, Mainoo for me, 150K is calm. Like, as in, that's what his peers are earning. Like, you might think it's a little bit on the high side, but he's homegrown. Like, you should pay a premium.
You want to read the super chat? Because it's relevant to the topic.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he wants 150k.
Yeah, Mainoo wasn't offered 150k. He wants 150k. The club wants to sell him to raise funds along with Garnacho. If they sell Mainoo,
and
what is their
Casemiro is still
project?
at that club taking so much bags a week.
I think Ineos are the cheapest owners Manchester United could have brought in. These guys,
they're great owners. Stop it.
They look. I'm not gonna lie. From the outside looking in, they look like terrible owners.
Yeah,
What?
terrible. They're not
Already?
I mean,
How do you know that already?
Like the stuff that they're doing,
Let's hear from Jay. Actually, let's hear from Jay on this one.
So I'm saying the stuff that they're doing, you can see actually why it would be bad, but retrospectively, good example is they bring in all of these senior appointments, senior people. I start seeing the fans online doing formations. Omer Barada on the right wing, Dan Ashworth in centre midfield, doing all these formations and structures, yeah? And the one thing that we all know from working in any kind of job in life is if you want to put together people and hire people who've never met, who don't know each other, and put them all into a different structure and just expect them to just mesh perfectly and not for some of it to not work and things like that, that's naive. Yeah, because we've all worked in places where we can logically think that just wouldn't work. So to me, they've come in and they it's not that they're terrible and this and that. It's just they make a lot of bad decisions or aesthetically bad decisions in a very competitive environment. Do you know what I mean? So you make those decisions in Scotland, you still win the league. In the Premier League, you end up 15th.
They don't read the room well. That's what they do.
Man United, under the new ownership, have let go of so much staff.
Yeah.
You could, in one sense, you could say, why are they having to fire all these staff?
Yeah.
Because they had too many staff in the first place. But on the other hand, they're getting rid of so many jobs. They're losing so many things. Even with the cutthroat effect of how they're dealing with tickets now. They are doing things with tickets where everything's electronic. So say you're a 70-year-old season ticket holder and only uses paper tickets. You are not allowed to enter the season. You're not allowed to enter the stadium without the electronic ticket. And if you don't use the electronic ticket, you will lose your season ticket.
Yeah. No, listen, the thing with Ineos is
I know other clubs do that, but like
United's a terrible place. It's been a terrible place for a while. But it's funny because like the Glazers were actually better for the Manchester United community than Ineos are. Like if you think about the staff that they had, if you think about what they did, Ineos is slashing all of that. They're cutting all of it. And who's one to say whether it's right or wrong? They're trying to do what they think's right for the business. But when we bring it back full circle to Mainoo just wants to be paid for what he's actually contributing to the team.
Does this make sense though, Vader? Ineos might actually have done well. They're starting a phase cutting costs due to how badly Glazers managed the club since 2005.
See, this is where I mean, I am Vader Rack, so just relax. I know you're top of the league. Go. Speaking to me, the whole thing with regards to since 2005, I think that's where the exaggeration is. Right? These changes aren't necessarily to 2005. These are some things that have accumulated over the years. And I think most recently they looked at what the other clubs are doing and they're trying to follow suit. But Ineos and them, they have to be careful because Mainoo is only asking to be paid like some of his teammates. 150. Sancho's getting 150 and he's on loan right now. Luke Shaw, who's most known for being on the injury bed, is paid 150. Same goes for Ericsson. So he's like, listen, I'm contributing just like these guys. I want to be paid right. If they can get it right, they are going to sell him. And honestly, Mainoo, you're better off for it. Trust me. You don't want to be at United.
Chelsea wants him. Do you want him?
No, please.
Bias didn't even let you finish that sentence.
He would be starting for you week in, week out.
I don't need it. I don't need him.
Why? Because you got Drew Hall?
Listen. Just listen to these names, right? Players who've gone on. Listen, Andre Santos has not played a minute for Chelsea. Andre Santos is going to finish. Andre Santos is going to finish in the League Team of the Year, where how he's been playing in League this season.
Okay,
that's the trajectory of the type of player we are. He's not 21 yet.
But I
We
says
have
he's got
Romeo
quality. That's
Lavia
what he's
still.
telling you.
We have Romeo Lavia still to
Mm.
incorporate in the team. People want to say what they want to say about Leslie Ogochukwu at Southampton. He's been one of the better midfielders. I know we're going to sell him, but to add Mainoo to that young midfielder list, along still keeping Enzo, still keeping Caicedo. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're
Adding
bloated.
Mainoo makes
You got too
no
many.
sense. Adding Mainoo makes no sense.
Jay, would you want him?
Kobbie.
Yeah.
No, only because my club is stingy and Andre Gomez is right there on a free transfer. So it's like,
take the business aside. Player profile. Do you want the player?
Okay, so player profile. I have two issues with Kobbie, even though I really like him as a player. One is athleticism wise, he's not an athlete. Yeah. So
still
positioning him in a team, like it's like the Curtis Jones role. Do you know what I mean? So you have to have a very specific type formation for him to get the most out of it. You don't want him to have to be the core 10 who generates goals and assists, but you don't want him to be the PM because he can't cover that much.
Let's call a spade. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for me, that's a very good profile in modern football and things like that. The other thing is he doesn't break lines as much as I would like him to do. Like he can dribble past people though. So he has a dribbling, close control.
No, 70 million is way too much money for a player.
I just think 60 million. I just think he's got a good profile. I like the player. Andre Gomez is right there. I think Mainoo's got a bigger ceiling and arguably is better than him right now. But if you can get Andre Gomez on a free and get some of the characteristics that you're getting from Mainoo, I can't justify getting Mainoo. I'd rather just go in on Gomez and use the money on something else.
I'll say this. I think anyone who pays 70 million for Mainoo is smoking bush. The guy is not worth 70 million.
Depends on who.
It
all depends on who.
And yet, some people want to pay 30 million for Martinelli, right? I guess the football doesn't.
No,
really
Barcelona offered 37 million.
That guy ain't worth.
Snap the hands off you down.
Anyway,
Barcelona offered 37 million, but I would not sell Martinelli. I want to keep one of Martinelli and Trossard.
You deserve all the misery you have.
If I'm going to keep one of them, I would rather keep Martinelli, who's younger.
Wow,
that's fair.
Wow.
Can I just say
about
that
guy through the middle, man?
Just about United, right? Obviously, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care too much about United. What I think is sad is obviously lots of people losing their jobs. I understand from a business perspective, you need to try and cut costs if things aren't going well, especially if you're losing money. But some of that is down to their own negligence, right? The interest rates have gone up. So this big debt that they're carrying is becoming more and more expensive unless they've got it on a fixed percentage. So now they're 600 million or 700 million, whatever debt they were carrying before. When interest rates are 1 or 2%, now if they're paying 5-6%, they're effectively doubling their interest payments. So that money has to come from somewhere. But at the same time, it's sad to see people who've been, loyal servants of Man United, working for Man United day in, day out, lose their jobs. And I can understand why that's going to have a knock-on effect to the rest of the club. By all accounts, what the journalists are saying is people are not happy at United. The people who are working there, it's just not a conducive environment. I don't think Amorim's got an easy time because all that kind of stuff. Even if you're working with a player, if you're a physiotherapist or any of these medical guys or whatever, they're all looking. If you know that the axe is being wielded and you might be on the chopping block, of course. It has a knock-on effect.
You're right.
Coming in contact with players all the time.
Even the food. They cut staff, free food for staff. They got rid of that. They got rid of complimentary food for people. They've what do you call it? They basically put out a memo saying anybody who, we're gonna wrap it up in a second, guys. They've also said anyone who snitches to the media is going to be fired. And then immediately that memo was sent to the media. Now there's some crazy stuff going on at Man United,
and they cut Sir Alex Ferguson's little complimentary ambassador.
They got rid of that. They also got rid of multiple charity groups.
He's not going to go hungry, right?
They got rid of multiple charity groups. They got rid of multiple charity groups that they paid money to. But ultimately, going to this game, they're at home. Home games don't seem very good for them at this point. They're more comfortable away from home. Do you think Arsenal goes to them and gives them a humbling, like gets payback for like 8-2?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Arsenal aren't going to score that many goals against them. Arsenal can win, but you're not going to go there and
wait. Did he say 8-2?
Can we get a historic win?
No, not 8-2. Not 8-2.
Can we get a historic win? Even a 3-0. Even a 3-0 is a humbling.
I get the 7 you scored the other day is still fresh. You know what I'm saying? But let's not forget that you guys been kind of struggling in the league.
Yeah, we don't have a striker. Mikel Moreno's been better than your strikers.
Whoa.
You have to do that.
Whoa.
Why do you go for that kind of words? You said you're going to be we're going to be 1-0 show. How did you say that?
You know what?
Bice deserves a right reply. Bice deserves a right reply. You need to keep quiet. Let Bice reply.
Let me say this. You know what? Time is a humbler, man.
All right, so
a big man on that one.
I'm saying Arsenal beat Man United.
He went high.
One second, guys. I'm saying Arsenal beat Man United. I'm gonna go 3-0 Arsenal. What are you guys saying?
I can see a 3-0. I can see an embarrassing display. Maybe it doesn't even show up scoreline, but just how you will outplay them off the park. I think you'll outplay them. I think it's also one of those, you know what? Amorim is probably going to go into this knowing that there's certain teams you can't get embarrassed by. Erik ten Hag unfortunately learned it the hard way. Like, he learned that lesson because he kept getting reminded by everybody, not just Liverpool fans or when it was a game versus Liverpool, but he was reminded of those poor games and getting embarrassed. I think Amorim's he's gonna do enough where he's not embarrassed scoreline, but it's gonna be an embarrassing because you guys have better quality. And I think it's also interesting, and I hopefully you got other shows today, tomorrow, but there should be a United fan that you should be speaking to, doing previews, knowing what's going on. The fact that you don't have one today, I mean, I'm sure maybe scheduling things kind of came up, but yeah, this is a huge game, and I think many United fans are going to try to downplay it because they know there's an embarrassment coming.
Yo, by the way, shout out Abdi Bashir. We might have a Somali basketball player in the NBA soon. I'm getting excited.
Okay, all right.
You guys haven't seen him? College basketball's best 3-point shooter.
Playing for who? Which college?
No comment.
Bro, he plays for these guys, the Mammoths.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Okay.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Right.
Has there ever been an Indian basketball player in the NBA?
Yeah, there was.
Really?
He was from Toronto. He was like 7'1".
Toronto gives all of those guys chances.
He was drafted for the Sacramento Kings. He played like less than 13 games.
He didn't last.
Okay, he went. Okay, cool, fair.
But he played for the Canadian national team. He was a high prospect, but really he was only there because he was huge.
Yeah,
sure. Okay. Okay.
I've
got more basketball questions, but this is probably not the right forum for that.
Yeah, but shout out to my channel, brother.
His forthcoming basketball channel for that.
Hopefully he gets. You know, what would be the best thing if he gets drafted by Minnesota, which is
heavy Somali population,
or Toronto, or even Washington. That would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you
Atlanta?
Why are you putting your hand up? This is not high school.
Atlanta.
I wanted to say I was gonna go high. My spirit won't let me. You paid 65 million for one of my strikers, you bastard. You paid 65 million. How's that been for you?
I respect it.
If he wasn't injured,
that was heavy on Bice's heart right there.
Oh, yeah.
1 second. By the way, respect your Champions League winning legend.
Legend.
Whoa.
All right, I gotta sign up.
Internet kind of froze when you said that L word.
I Vader, have a good one. All right, guys, I'm going 3-0.
I thought you were gonna say legend.
We're gonna wrap it up here. 3-0 Arsenal win. I'm gonna be back tomorrow with Kaz. We're gonna do a match preview for the Man United game, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't know, people. You already know what it is, and catch you guys in the next video tomorrow at 10. Peace.
Terrence Tibbs.